Hello and welcome to my channel, Talisman Tarot. In this reading I want to ask the cards and Spirit directly through channeling about your Christmas Eve. What's going to happen on Christmas Eve this year? Yeah, what will it be like? How will the vibe be on Christmas? And yeah, I have 5 groups here that you can choose from. This will be group number 1, this will be group number 2, this will be group number 3, this will be group number 4, and this will be group number 5. And so I will ask you to use your intuition and choose the group that speaks to you the most, the group that catches your eye, and that group will be your group. And if you need any more time to choose, you can just pause the video. But if you don't need any more time, then just head down to the description box below and find the timestamp for your particular group and click on that, and your reading should appear in front of you. And while you're down there in the description box below, make sure to check out my guide on how to book a personal reading from me. I love doing personal readings for you guys. It's always a pleasure. So please check that out. But let's focus on this reading right here. Choose your group and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, group number 1. You chose this Jolanda Tarot deck. And I'm going to start with some channeling and then I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. So I'm going to do the channeling now. So Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 1, the people who will choose group number 1? How will group number 1's Christmas Eve 2023 be? What will it be like? What will happen? How will the vibe be? Okay, I'm sensing it's going to be cozy and intimate in a way where I feel like there's not going to be a lot of people there. I feel like this is going to be like a small gathering, maybe 5, 6, 7 people, maybe even 4 for some of you. I feel like it's going to be, yeah, a small gathering. Only people that you know very well, people that you are comfortable around. I feel like this is going to be a very good Christmas, a very wholesome Christmas. I feel like you're just going to be around close family, near family, and it's going to be a very cozy vibe. It's just going to be board games and Christmas movies and good food, and like it's just gonna be chill as well and relaxed and comfortable. I feel like you're gonna be playing board games like Monopoly or something like that, and it's just gonna be a very good energy. Like I feel like there might be an addition to the family, like maybe a new child, or I don't want to spoil anything, but there might be an announcement within the family that there might be a new child on the way, but I don't want to spoil anything. And I feel like it's maybe not for all of you, but for some of you maybe. But I feel like if that's not the case, I think it's more like there might be an actual addition in like joining you for this Christmas Eve, like maybe a newborn child or a pet, like an animal, like a dog or a cat. Like I just feel like there's gonna be another addition to the family. And I just feel like it's just going to be a very good evening for everyone. A very loving atmosphere. I'm going to shuffle and see what the cards have to say. With the Magician here, I feel like there's going to be maybe also like some kind of games that, like, I feel like you're going to be playing some board games that require some brain power, like some kind of Trivial Pursuit or something like that. And I feel like it's just going to be a very good way to kind of get the family together, get people to get engaged in the game. And I feel like there's also going to be some magic, like a magical atmosphere. Maybe you're going to watch a Christmas movie that's very magical. I'm also sensing that there could be, like, with a lightning storm, like there could be a little bit of bad weather, which could be both like a good thing or a bad thing. Like it could go both ways. I feel like there could be a storm on Christmas Eve and maybe a snowstorm and maybe a lightning storm blended together with a blizzard, which is very rare, which is very magical. So that could happen for very few of you. I know it's a very rare phenomena. Like, so it's it could be something like that, but it could also be like just a blizzard. And so there could be some dangerous weather where it's best to be indoors. But if you don't live in a country where there's snow, or in a place where there's snow regularly, then this could also just be, you know, windy, like windy weather, and possibly a lightning storm, you know. A lot of rain or something, I don't know. I'm going to shuffle a little bit more to see what your Christmas Eve will be like this year. With the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like you're going to get some good gifts. I think you're going to give some good gifts, and I feel like you're going to be happy with the gifts that you get. And I think the people that you will be giving gifts to will also be happy with the effort that you put into your gifts, especially if you do something this year that takes some craftsmanship, some time, some effort. Like, I don't know if you are planning on making gifts for people, like creating them, or like knitting a sweater for someone, or do some embroidery or something like that. Then I think the people or the person that you are planning to give this gift to will be very happy with the gift. And also, if you're planning on giving someone a book, I think that person will be very happy with that book. So, yeah. With the 10 of Cups, I just feel like this is going to be a nice time. Like, it's just very, yeah, you can see it on the card here. There are like a couple here that's like cheering, and some children, and another couple here, like yeah, there are 4 adults and a child on this card. Well, there are also some angels in Like, so there could be more, but I just feel like this is gonna be a very nice time. There's also like some music here, like a band here, so that kind of just symbolizes music. And I think you're gonna be playing some music, and it's just gonna be very relaxed. And maybe you're also gonna be singing some songs together. Just a very good, wholesome vibe. Like, yeah. And you're probably also gonna get some good wine, like, and maybe even some champagne. Like, there might be someone who's gonna be buying some champagne, just because, you know, since it's so intimate, since there's not gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be attending this Christmas Eve. Like, it's gonna be such a small gathering that you can kind of, like, it kind of makes sense to buy something a little bit more expensive, like champagne or something, or like a very good wine, just because there's not going to be so many people drinking it. So yeah, you know. So it's a very good vibe, and I feel like with the bad weather, it's even gonna make it a little bit more cozy, since it's gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be the type of weather where you want to be inside, and so yeah. I'm gonna shuffle a little bit more. I am kind of sensing one thing, and it's not something I'm getting from the cards, it's just something that I'm kind of receiving, you know. It's something like, I kind of feel like there will be maybe a little bit of a shadow, like a little shadow over the festivities, like, because I feel like maybe you're gonna hear something on the news. I don't want to paint the devil on the wall, but I don't feel like it's gonna be affecting you directly. But I feel like maybe you're gonna be watching the news, like right before dinner time or something like that, and there might be some news from the other side of the globe, like from somewhere, like a country far away, where maybe something will happen, or like there might be some news that's gonna maybe make you feel a little bit less festive, but like it will maybe make it a little bit like, or it will make you feel like it's a little bit strange to be all festive when something is happening in another country that isn't festive at all. Like, you know, that it's maybe gonna make you, yeah, it's gonna maybe put a lid on it a little bit, like, but I feel like you're still gonna have a good time. Like, you're gonna have a nice time with a family, and I feel like you're also gonna be grateful for what you have, for the family that you have, and for the life that you have, and so yeah. But I feel like since I feel like there's going to be children involved, I feel like there are some children in, like, not involved in that, or maybe, you know, but I feel like there are going to be children at your Christmas Eve. I feel like maybe your brother or sister, or maybe you have children, and they're going to be a part of the evening. And I think, well, maybe the adults will be a little bit, you know, invested in something that's happening on the other side of the globe. But I think you're gonna maybe try to not make it seem like something is happening. I make it seem like it's very bad, and I'm sorry. I don't, like, I'm just sensing that it's well, I don't know if it's gonna be any worse than the things that have already happened. Like, there are wars going on right now, and so watching the news will always, like, every day you get a little bit bummed out, of course, because of the news. And so, but I feel like you're gonna try to make the evening magical and try to kind of make it seem like, you know, there's nothing to be sad about for the children, like, so that the children don't detect that something is up, like, you know. But other than that, I just feel like I don't know why I went down that road. I kind of regret going down that road, because I feel like the first intuition I got was, or my first intuition with this was, that this is going to be a good, wholesome time, like a lot of joyful memories that's going to be created this evening, like a lot of nice magical times, like watching Christmas movies, playing board games together, just having a good, nice time while watching the bad weather outside. Like, it's but yeah, I just feel like there's maybe a little bit of a shadow. I don't know how big this shadow is going to be. Maybe it's just going to be, you know, the same as the shadow that is, like, that is affecting us right now. Like, I don't know if it's going to be any different. So, but I'm going to shuffle a little bit more about your Christmas Eve. With a Queen of Swords, I feel like it's going to be cold. And even if you live in a country where it doesn't get that cold, I feel like it's still going to be a little bit colder than usually. With a Five of Pentacles, well, so the card here, you can look at the card. It's a rat, and the rat is biting a coin. And so, and it's kind of affecting all these people, these grey little people down here. Like, well, there could be a conflict going on, like something that will happen due to greed, which is usually the core to every problem, like every conflict. So maybe that will be what will be on the news. That's kind of that's going to be bombing you out. could be something to do with greed. And greed where one person or some people are like are getting something where it's happening at the what's it called, at the expense of some other people, you know, well, greed, yeah. So yeah, it's also Five of Pentacles, so it could also mean that, you know, there's going to be bad weather outside. So it could also still be that, because it's usually a card where two people are out in the snow. That's how it is in Rider-Waite. It's like two people out in the snow, and going to passing a church. So there could be something about church, going to church. Like if you're if you're religious, you could be going to church on Christmas Eve, or Christmas Eve's day, like the day where, yeah. So, and I feel like it's just going to be very, very cold. So, with the Two of Swords, it's going to be like there's yin and yang here. So there's going to be harmony. And well, there's going to be a little bit of dark, but you kind of need, like, or that it's going to come out wrong here, but like sometimes you need some darkness to appreciate the light. And in this context, it's kind of, it comes across as a little bit, you know, cynical, or like it doesn't really, you know, but it's still, that's kind of what I'm getting, is that maybe there will be some darkness, a little bit of a shadow, but it's going to make you appreciate what you have and make you even more determined on making this Christmas as magical as possible. And like, I feel like maybe there is one person in your family that you kind of get annoyed with every Christmas. Like you feel like this person is always kind of, well, maybe a little bit crazy around Christmas. Like it's maybe because this person really wants everything to be perfect. Like that nothing can be, like that everything has to be a certain way, that everything, like that you have to eat at a certain time, because like if it's like a 15 minutes too late, then everything will just be ruined or something. And maybe you get quite annoyed with this person every year and kind of feel like it's so unnecessary to have these rituals that have to be so strict, when it's just all about getting together and having a nice time with each other. But I feel like this Christmas you're not going to be so annoyed. You're going to kind of, you're going to be able to silence it out and act like it's not there, and it's not going to annoy you in the same way. So I feel like it's also because you're going to be very harmonious and you're going to be very tolerant and feel like like you're going to feel the Christmas spirit, and you're going to, you know, have room in your heart for everyone and everyone's quirks and yeah, and flaws, and you know, it's just all gonna get together in a harmonious way. It's gonna be a very good time. Like I feel like this Christmas, I think you're gonna make the most of it. Definitely. So yeah. But I think that's all I have for you. Group number 1. I hope this reading was helpful. And if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, then please do that. And yeah, have a great day and bye. Hello, group number 2. You chose this Tarot of Mermaids tarot deck. And I'm going to start with some channeling. And then I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. So I'm going to do the channeling now. So Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 2, the people who will choose group number 2? How will group number 2's Christmas Eve be like? What will it be like? What will happen? I feel like there's maybe going to be a little bit too many people. I don't know if this is going to resonate with all of you, but I just feel like it's going to be a little bit crowded. Like a little bit too crowded for comfort. Like where it's going to... Like I feel like there will maybe be some people joining you this Christmas. And I feel like maybe you're gonna be like having like your Christmas Eve at maybe your parents' house or your siblings' house, or like I don't know, or at your own house. I don't know, but I just feel like I feel like it's the host, and I don't feel like you're the host. I don't feel like that. Maybe it's if you're hosting Christmas Eve, then I feel like maybe this is going to be a decision that's going to be made by your partner, or like I don't know, but I feel like somebody's going to make a decision to invite someone who no one really likes that much, or it's just going to be a little bit disappointing because it's like I feel like you don't agree with the host's philosophy that the more the merrier. Like I feel like maybe you feel like that applies to certain situations, but I just don't think you will feel comfortable with this decision that's going to be made. I feel like you're going to feel like this would have been such a nicer time if it was just the people that you're comfortable with, the people that you know and love. But I feel like it's just going to be like a little, like I feel like you're going to make the most of it, but I think you're going to feel like it would have been better if there had been fewer people there. Like, so yeah. But of course, like I feel like it's someone who would have been alone on Christmas if this person didn't get invited to your house or to this Christmas Eve. Like, and so in a way it's a good deed, and I feel like you're also going to feel that way, that of course it's better that this person joins you and joins the party instead of just sitting alone and being sad alone. Like, but it's just like there's maybe a reason why this person doesn't get invited. Like there's a reason why this person doesn't get along with a lot of people. It's kind of because this person puts it on themselves. Like they just don't really, they aren't very socially gifted and tends to say the wrong things to people and offends people, and I feel like that it's just someone who's very good at making enemies and doing so without even knowing. Like, I don't think this person knows that they are offending anyone. Like, they just accidentally do. Maybe they do know. Maybe it's a part of their personality. Like, maybe they actually know. Maybe this person is kind of like a little bit of a sociopath, or I don't know, but I don't know. Or maybe you all like, and if that's the case, like, I feel like the more the merrier doesn't apply to a sociopath, but again, like, a sociopath cannot, cannot change their personality. They are born this way, and so it's like, it's not really their fault though, and I feel like this person might not be able to, do anything about it. So it's maybe fair that this person gets invited, even though it's gonna make you uncomfortable. But yeah, I'm gonna shuffle and see if there's anything more. Like, I don't want. Like, I want something more positive, like something I can say that's a little bit more uplifting. Okay, with the sun here, that's very uplifting. So it's gonna be nice, though. I feel like you're gonna make the most of it. You're gonna maybe talk more to other people than this person, and like try to, like, not that I don't think you're gonna exclude that person that you don't like. But I feel like you're gonna try to make the most of it, try to get some good conversations with the people that you love, and get some good memories together. And I think you're gonna have a good time. And maybe you're also gonna make some, maybe you can kind of avoid this person without being rude. Like if this person is someone who doesn't like to go outside, like, then maybe talk to the others, like talk to your sibling or whoever is going to be there, and like maybe get them to maybe go for a walk with you, and then you can maybe even like get something good out of this, because you could maybe bond over the fact that you all kind of hate this person. So sometimes a terrible person can be the glue that keeps a family together in hatred towards that person. And I'm not saying that it's the best thing to do. I feel like, of course, it's good to be tolerant and all of that. But there is also a tolerance in that. Like, if you can only tolerate a person if you can kind of get to badmouth them behind their back. Like, I know it's not ethically correct to do and all of that, but it's still a way to, I don't know, it's better than this person being alone on Christmas, like, in a way. Like, because I feel like maybe someone in your family can tolerate this person, and so maybe this person can have some good conversations with that person, and then you can kind of have your own little party, and not like, well, maybe don't push that person to only have to engage with them. Like, that would also be a little bit unfair to that person who, like, if your mother is okay with, and maybe it's if it was your mother who actually, who's actually going to invite this person, then maybe it's fair that the burden will be on her shoulders and that she gets to, like, you know, wallow in whatever she caused. Like, then she might also, you know, learn her lesson and not do it again. Like, even though, of course, again, this person shouldn't be alone on Christmas. It's not very Christmassy to say that, but with the Four of Pentacles reversed, I feel like this Christmas will be very giving, like a very giving Christmas. I feel like you're gonna be, you know, experiencing, like, I think you're gonna be experiencing generosity from the people around you. Maybe even from the person that you hate, which might make you feel bad about bad-mouthing them and, like, kind of advocating that this person shouldn't come. Like, so maybe you're gonna feel a little bit bad because this person might be the type of person who buys people with gifts, like, because this person knows that it's not their great personality that's going to win people over. So I think they've cracked the code on that. So yeah. I think you're maybe going to get a good gift from this person. And so maybe it's worth it to tolerate this person for just one evening. Like, it's just one evening. With the Three of Wands reversed, I feel like you're gonna, you know, you're gonna be a little bit nostalgic this Christmas. I feel like you're gonna maybe be watching like a Christmas movie from your childhood, or like something that kind of gets you in the mood, where you kind of remember old times. Then you might also look through some family albums, or like something where you're gonna be remembering things that happened 10 years ago or 20 years ago or something like that, where it's gonna be very cozy and like fond memories that's gonna be like, so that's gonna come to the surface, and you're gonna, yeah. Yeah, there will be some nostalgia and remembering old times. You might also get a gift that will spike some nostalgia in you, like maybe a gift from one of your siblings or someone like that, where it's gonna be like old times. Like maybe you and your siblings used to give each other like gifts that were kind of funny, or like merchandise, or like some gifts where it was very tailored for each person, where it was like, if you had watched a movie together with your sibling and you both loved it, then you might have like given your sibling some merchandise from that movie at Christmas Eve, just to kind of bond over the same interest or the same passion, or, you know. And I think you're gonna get a gift like that from your sibling this year, and it's gonna make you remember old times, and it's gonna spike something in you where you're gonna feel like good, nostalgic in a good way. with the Five of Swords, I feel like, well, there are definitely going to be some leftovers the day after. I feel like there's going to be a lot of food. Maybe someone is going to make some food that is not going to be that popular. Like someone is going to bring some food to the Christmas Eve, and it's not going to be it's not going to be a favorite. Like, and it might also kind of go against the theme. Like someone might bring a pumpkin pie or something where it's like, this is not very Christmassy, or like it doesn't really fit with the rest of the food, or or someone is gonna like make a tuna salad or something, and it's gonna be like, what is this supposed to be used for? Like, but then maybe you're gonna eat it the day after, and so it's not gonna go to waste, but it's maybe gonna seem a little bit weird. But I'm gonna shuffle a little bit more. Oh, sorry. Okay, with the Death card, it does seem like, well, the Death was on the floor. And when a card falls to the floor, it's kind of like something that is in need of, being thrown out. Like something that needs to not be in the reading, but it's going to find its way to the reading, of course, because I pick it up, of course, but I would say that, like, if you have a lot of anxiety that revolves around death, like if you have death anxiety, I feel like you need to try not to, well, what I'm trying to say is maybe try not to bum people out on Christmas by talking too much about death. Or like, because we can be grateful for what we have without like saying like, oh, it's so nice that we're all together. Maybe we're not going to be together next year. Like maybe we're all going to, like, who knows? Like it's not a very festive thing to say. Like maybe keep death out of it a little bit, No need for that kind of talk on Christmas. I'm not saying that you, like, I don't know if you would. I don't know if this is a specific message for some of you, but you can be grateful and you can like say nice things about how nice it is that we're all together without having to say like, this is not going to last forever. Like it's just going to put a lid on the fun. And so try not to do that. Especially if you have like a grandmother or grandfather who's going to come, even if it is your grandfather who is maybe the person that you don't want to be invited to the party. I don't know if that's the case, but like if you feel like that, if you feel like your grandfather is a little bit of a racist and a little bit mean and says a lot of nasty things to you and kind of always comments on people's insecurities as if he's trying to make people mad at him, like, but if that's the case, like, I kind of understand the urge to say like, oh, it's so nice that you're here, like maybe you're gonna be dead next year, like it's all fun and games, but maybe try not to, like maybe don't. So with a Knave of Pentacles. So I feel like this is gonna be a Christmas where you're maybe gonna learn something. Like there might be some teaching moment, like but it could also be a little bit like if you have some academics in your family, people who are studying at the university or even teaching at the university, then there might be some conversations about something that might not interest you that much, but it's just all about just nodding and acting like you care. And because maybe you have like a brother or a sister who has like a very small field that they have a PhD in, and it's a small field for a reason. It's because not a lot of people care about this small field. Like it's not because it's small. It's not because it's insignificant. It's just a kind of a very specified thing that might not be generally interesting for everyone. Like it could be insects or, you know, certain things in marine biology that might not spark interest in everyone. Like it's maybe a niche thing where it's some people will find it interesting. And I feel like maybe it will be a little bit hit and miss in the family, where maybe you're gonna kind of do something else, like maybe read a book or, you know, go on your phone or something while this person rambles on about this, and that's okay. I feel like maybe some people will listen, but there might be some, like, I feel like you have both a very loud family and a very silent family, where I think, I don't even know what that means, but I feel like it's loud in the way that, like, in volume, like, I feel like people kind of talk very loudly and in a way kind of over each other, like where I feel like some people can even have a conversation, like a proper conversation with this person while this person is talking about insects or marine biology, and that person who's talking to this person could be talking about something completely different, like a completely other topic, like, you know, makeup on makeup testing on animals, and then like this then they can have these two conversations with each other where it's just monologues, and it's coming across as if it's dialogue, but it's just two monologues, just, you know, talking over each other's heads without realizing that they're talking about two completely different things. And I think that's good in a way, because it's like nobody gets bored necessarily, because but I feel like they are a little bit silent too. Like I feel like some of the members in your family don't really get to talk ever, or like has a little bit of a harder time getting into the conversation, and might even be left out sometimes, where they can sit for a whole evening without even saying anything. So, and that might be because it's a little bit hard to compete against people who are like very loud and kind of taking up the whole space. I don't know, but yeah. I feel like overall with the sun here, like it's gonna be a nice time. So, but it's there might be some things that are gonna annoy you, and that's very natural. Like that happens to all of us during these holiday times. Like there will always be some people that we avoid, some people that we don't get along with very well. Like that, there will be a little bit of a good times and bad times, but it's all like blended together. Where I think the good will win. I feel like there will be more good than bad, but the bad will also kind of be there. But it's not going to be worse than last year or the year before that. Like I feel like there are always things that happen that I feel like maybe you just come from a family where not everyone gets along, and there might be some types within your family that are a little that don't get along very well with the others, and some people who always end up arguing, or but like some people who are very passive aggressive, who will sit around and act like everything is okay, and when you ask them if everything is okay, they will say yeah, nothing is wrong, and then like this person will tell everyone what a shitty time they had, like, and if, like afterwards, like, and so I don't know. I feel like it there will be some drama, but it's gonna be a good evening nonetheless. So yeah, I hope that I hope that was all right for you. I'm gonna end the reading here. I hope the reading was helpful, and if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, do so, please. And have a great day, and bye. Hello, group number 3. You chose the Herbal Tarot deck, and I'm going to start with some channeling, and then I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. So I'm going to do the channeling now. So Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 3, the people who will choose group number 3? How will group number 3's Christmas Eve be like? What will it be like? What will happen on Christmas Eve 2023 for group number 3? Okay, I'm kind of sensing that you're going to be watching the news, and I feel like there will happen something, maybe not on Christmas Eve, but maybe the day before Christmas Eve. There might be something happening that will be on the news, something that's going to be happening in a foreign country. I don't think it's going to be happening in your country. I'm quite certain that it's not going to be happening in your country, but it's going to be happening in a foreign country, and it's not going to directly affect you, but it's going to affect you emotionally, because you're going to be sad for these people, like sad on their behalf. Like you're going to feel like this is a sad development, like there is like your heart is going to be crying out to the people that are involved in this. Like there's just going to be something that I don't want to bum you out, but this is just the message that I'm getting. I know it's not the most uplifting message. I'm gonna go and like read more about your Christmas Eve, because I don't think you're gonna be directly affected by this, but it is gonna put a lid on the fun. Like, you're gonna maybe feel a little bit awkward about celebrating Christmas when you know that some people are suffering. Like, it's gonna put a lid on the on the fun, on the festivities. Like, so I'm gonna shuffle a little bit about your Christmas Eve, what's gonna happen. So, with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like this Christmas Eve will be very quiet, a little bit kind of relaxed, like maybe a little bit boring, or to the boring side. I don't want to like, I feel like it's mostly because of, like, I don't know, I feel like last year, I feel like your Christmas was maybe a little bit more festive, or like there might have been more people who attended the Christmas Eve. Maybe if you are like going home for Christmas this year, like maybe visiting your parents or something like that, then I feel like maybe last year there were people, like more people there, and this year it might be kind of thinned out, maybe because your siblings, like if you have siblings, then maybe they will choose to have their own Christmas Eve, like at their own house. Like, so maybe some people will choose to have their Christmas Eve a little bit different this year, and it might cause your Christmas Eve to be a little bit less fun than it used to be, or like it's gonna maybe be a little bit more intimate, but and maybe that's a good thing too. Like, I feel like, well, you're maybe gonna be with your parents. Maybe there won't be that many other people there, but I feel like it's gonna be nice. Like, a nice time, good food, like, so and I feel like maybe some people will come a little bit later in the evening. Like, there might be someone who has chosen to work this Christmas, like work a night shift or a day shift, or like, I don't know, but so maybe someone is gonna be joining the party either a little bit early and then going to work, or joining the party late right after work or something. But it's maybe still gonna feel a little bit different, because you're maybe used to this person being there, and it's a little bit weird that this person is not gonna be there. And that might cause you to maybe also get a little bit depressed by the television, like where the news channels are going to be kind of all about, you know, catastrophe, or like, I know I'm of course, like, that's how it is now. So it's not, I don't know if it's going to be different. I feel like there will be a development, but there's always a development. Like I feel like the news that's going to come like the day before Christmas, I don't know if it's worse than how the news has been like for the past few weeks, like that. I don't know if it's going to be different from that. Like it might be the same, but it might bum you out more because you're maybe not going to be surrounded by the people that usually always are attending Christmas Eve, like that they usually are there, and now they have chosen not to be there, and maybe you're going to be a little bit mad at them for that, like that they've chosen either work or their own family, or like doing something different this year, like that it's maybe going to feel a little bit selfish that you're the only one who is joining your parents, and maybe you're going to feel like it would have been nice of them to also spend Christmas with your parents as well, like that. So I feel like there's maybe going to be a little bit of bad blood between you and maybe your siblings, because you feel like they should have shown up and taken their part in this, like that they might have like gotten out of it quite easily, where you feel like it's a chore, or that it's something that you're supposed to do. Like you're supposed to be with your parents on Christmas. Like maybe you also have children, and maybe you always feel like you have to also take your children with you to your parents' house, and that it's such a wonderful time and your parents enjoy it so much, and that it would be sad if your parents just had to sit around alone, especially if your parents are divorced. Then maybe you feel like someone should be with one of the parents at least, and like that maybe you feel like one of your parents is going to be alone this year, where maybe you used to split it up so that one of the siblings was with one of the parents and the other sibling was with the other parents, so that nobody ended up alone on Christmas. Or I don't know, but maybe you feel like it, like, well, maybe you're just going to feel a little bit disappointed that some of the people in your family, didn't feel the need to do that this year. So with the Two of Wands, I feel like you're gonna, like this Christmas Eve, I think you're gonna be calling some people. Like maybe, I feel like a lot of the evening will be on phone calls, like FaceTime or something like that, where you and the people that you will be around this Christmas, like I feel like you're gonna be, FaceTiming people, and maybe you're gonna feel like this is not how it's supposed to be. Like these people are supposed to be there, not just over FaceTime. Like it's not really the same thing. But it's better than nothing. But it's still it's gonna make it feel a little bit weird. Like it's not as like. I feel like you're gonna have a good enough time. It's just I feel like you're gonna be a little bit disappointed with the people that you are maybe closest to, like the people that you feel like you can count on, and then you end up not being able to count on them. Maybe someone is gonna like make a rash decision to go traveling during Christmas time and go to like Spain or something this Christmas instead of being like home with you, and you're gonna feel like that's kind of like that shouldn't be allowed. Like that's not what Christmas is about. Like Christmas is not about like going to some, I just feel like maybe you're going to be a little bit disappointed in some people. So with the Magician here, reversed, I think maybe this year is not going to be so magical. Like maybe you're not going to get into the Christmas spirit as you used to be able to, or maybe you haven't been very good at getting into the Christmas spirit the past few years. Like maybe you just haven't felt like it. Like that maybe you feel like you're in a place in your life where Christmas is just another day, like every other day. Like that it's nothing special. Like that maybe you're also gonna kind of suffocate the fun and the Christmas spirit by kind of acting like it's just another day. Like that it. I'm not saying that it's your fault. Like it's not just on you. I feel like it's also just the people around you that are also kind of adding on to this feeling that you have that it's just another day. Like when they make it like another day, like if someone is going on vacation to Spain and gonna be on a hotel and like having like a pool on Christmas, or like something like an indoors pool. I don't know if it's if it's good enough weather in Spain right now to have like an outdoors pool, but that doesn't matter. But I just feel like maybe you're gonna feel like this is like since they are acting like it's just like a normal holiday, like summer holiday, or like that they are not really doing anything special, and kind of like then I think it's just I think you need to get a little bit more into the Christmas spirit, though. I feel like you might have lost it maybe during the pandemic, or maybe even earlier than that, where you might have lost your Christmas spirit, and maybe it's really hard to get it back, like because it's, of course, adulthood makes you lose it in the first place, and then you might gain it again, like, and then lose it again because of things happening. But I feel like you need to maybe try to get back into it, like maybe watch some Christmas movies, kind of do some things that you used to enjoy doing when you were younger, like try to see if you can get it back up, because it's gonna be just another day if you don't try really hard to make it magical, to make it like a little bit more special, like, and it's like 50% like, or 50% mindset, like that we can, if you're not in the Christmas mindset, then then it is just a normal day, because it is a normal day, like like literally it is, like it's another day, like the day before and the day after, like, but we have to make it a little bit special, like, and especially if you've chosen not to give gifts, then that might also kind of suffocate the joy of the season, like that you're not participating in that, maybe because you've chosen not to do that, because maybe you feel like it's a waste, or you feel like you never really get what you want, or you might feel like it's like a capitalistic holiday that that's just about consumerism and you don't want to take part in it, that's understandable. But it's still a holiday where it's very much about giving gifts, and if you don't participate in that, you are going to feel a little bit left out. You're going to feel like it's not really that special. So with the Lovers here, I do feel like you're going to be surrounded by people that you love. And I think there is going to be a lot of love here, though. Like, you're going to be surrounded by people that you love and people who care about you, people who support you. So in a way, it's going to be very comfortable, maybe because it's going to be very intimate. Like there's not going to be an awkward energy because you're going to be around people that you can be yourself around, where you feel like you can speak freely, where you don't have to filter yourself and watch your words. Like I feel like you're going to be very comfortable. But it's, yeah. But comfortable can also be a little bit boring. Like, you know, and so it's just about not making it boring. So if you start getting bored, then find something to do. Like maybe be the one suggesting that you and your parents should play some board games or something to lift the energy of the room, something that could be fun, something that could get you all to kind of, you know, bond a little bit more and stuff like that. Like, so, yeah. But I think that's all I have for you. I know this was a bit of a bummer, and I'm sorry, but this is what I'm getting here. Like, so I'm going to end the reading here. I hope this reading will be helpful, and if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one, and have a great day, and bye. Hello, group number 4. You chose this Miss Cleo's tarot deck, and I'm going to start with some channeling, and then I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. So I'm going to do the channeling now. So Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 4, the people who will choose group number 4? How will group number 4's Christmas Eve be? What will it be like? What will happen on Christmas Eve 2023 for group number 4? Okay, I'm sensing that you're going to have a very good Christmas. It's going to be by the book. It's going to be exactly how you imagine it. Everything is going to go as planned, and you're going to have a very good time. And I feel like there aren't going to be any big surprises, which I think is actually going to be good for you. I feel like that's what you want. I feel like some of you don't like surprises. Like you don't like to be surprised. Maybe it's not the element of surprise that, maybe it's the expectation of a reaction. I feel like maybe some of you feel like when someone surprises you, you have to react a certain way, and you always feel like you don't react exactly as you should or as is expected of you. And so maybe you feel a little bit awkward about big surprises because you never know really how to react, like accordingly, like in a way that will be good enough. And I feel like that's not, like, you're not gonna have to, you know, do that, because there aren't gonna be any big surprises. I feel like maybe some of you have already made a wish list for what you want for Christmas, like, and I think you're gonna be getting things from your wish list, like, so there won't be an element of surprise, and people know that you already want it, and so they're not gonna expect a certain reaction from you because they know that it's already something that you're gonna be happy with. So it's all gonna be very good. I think it's just gonna be a nice time, and if you're the one who is in charge of the food, I don't know if all of you are. Maybe this is specific for some of you, but if you're in charge of the food, I feel like it's gonna be very smooth sailing. It's gonna be done exactly right. You're gonna have it all timed out perfectly. It's gonna fit perfectly with all the activities and stuff like that. It's just gonna make sense, and yeah. It's gonna be very organized, and I think you're gonna like that. You're gonna like the structure. I'm gonna shuffle and see what the cards have to say about your Christmas Eve, what's gonna happen on Christmas Eve for you. 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles. It's just gonna be a lovely time with your family. It's gonna be good, like very wholesome, very nice. I feel like you're also going to be on top of things financially this year, where I think you're going to feel like you're not going to be broke at the end of December, where you're going to feel like things are not so stressful because there won't be any money problems. Like, it's just all going to be very, very well planned out, where there won't be any like surprises, like money surprises either, like where something will come up, like a bill or something that you didn't expect. Like maybe last year you might have gotten a bill, or like a ticket, or a parking ticket or something, where it might have come like right before Christmas, or right in December, where you felt like that was the worst timing ever to get a parking ticket, like or parking bill, or what's it called, like where you have to pay because you parked for too long in a restricted area or something, or like a speed ticket, like, or something where it's just gonna be a bummer because it's gonna feel like it's the work, or it felt like, oh sorry, maybe it's gonna happen now that I'm going to like present tense now. I talked in past tense before. Now I'm suddenly shifting. So if that didn't happen last year or the year before that, then it might happen this year. But I feel like with the 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles, I feel like you're gonna feel like this is bad timing still, because it's December and nobody wants a parking ticket during December. But I think you're gonna feel like you have enough wiggle room to actually pay for this and not feel like it's ruining Christmas. Like, and I feel like that's maybe the change from now to the past years, where you felt like you were always kind of, or maybe you ended up broke in like where you felt like you, like in the end of December you didn't have it like that much money left, like, so maybe, but I feel like this year will be different. I think you're gonna feel like there's wiggle room enough, like everything seems to just work out, like, but of course you could maybe avoid this by, you know, keep this in mind, that maybe you should really read the signs when you park somewhere, like make sure that it's somewhere where you can park for free, like make sure, or if you have to like pay for parking, make sure to read it very thoroughly so that you don't make like a mistake that ends up, you know, giving you a ticket, like so. And also keep within the speed limit. Don't drive too fast. Even if you're in a rush, just try to drive safely and within the limit so that you don't get a ticket. With a 10 of Cups, I feel like it's just gonna be a good time. Like everything's gonna be fine. Everything is gonna be, you know, just a nice time with the family. Everybody's gonna get along. There's not gonna be any drama. It's gonna be, you know, filled with a lot of room in the heart for like all people. Like I feel like you're gonna be very tolerant of everyone and everyone's small quirks and flaws. Like it's not going to bother you if somebody says something a little bit, you know, a little bit offensive or something like that. It's just like I feel like you're going to be like in a very wholesome mindset where you're just going to, you know, let everybody be themselves and like be okay with like, you know, people's differences, that not everyone not everyone needs to be exactly the same. Like it's okay to have a little bit of diversity and that people, and I feel like you're gonna actually, you know, enjoy the small quirks and the small, you know, yeah, the silly things that some people within your family might say, and like make a little bit fun of that, and you know, I feel like maybe the past few years, like I feel like there might be someone in your family who has a tendency to say something offensive. Especially around Christmas. I don't know why. It's like someone who could like who might have a tendency to make, you know, very like it's all jokes, but it's kind of like it's worn out jokes and it's kind of offensive, and like it might be someone who might make jokes about vegans and like, oh, vegans are, you know, eating the rabbit's food or something like that, you know the type, and maybe you're like, not this again, like it's the same joke every year, but I think this year you're just gonna let it slide and be like, whatever, and maybe even like instead of getting mad over this joke being repeated every year and it's never funny, like but like I feel like you're gonna, instead of getting mad, you're just gonna be like maybe even making fun of this person for saying it, like or like making a counter joke that kind of checkmates their joke or something, you know. Maybe something that could even end up making that person stop repeating that joke, even though I don't think that is possible. I think this person is so in love with this joke that they're gonna keep saying it every year. Like, I feel like it's a festive joke. I don't know if it's necessarily a joke about vegans, but I feel like it could be like a Christmas joke as well, like something where it's like it's just the same joke every year, and it's never funny, but it's I think you're gonna be okay with it this year, and I just feel like there's a very wholesome vibe here. It seems very nice. With the Emperor reversed, I feel like this year, like, you're gonna kind of also allow yourself to lose control a little bit. I feel like maybe some of you are slight control freaks. You like things to be done, you know, in a certain way, and maybe you aren't really policing other people around. I don't think you're dictating what other people should do, but I think you have you have expectations for yourself, and that you want to do things perfectly. You want to give people the perfect gifts. You want to make the perfect meal. You want to do everything, like everything that you do, you want to be perfect, so that nobody can, you know, blame it on you if the Christmas gets ruined. Like, that you want to at least have your part like clear, like your path, like you want your you know what yeah, I don't know, but I feel like this year, like, even though everything is gonna go perfectly, I think it might also be due to the fact that you're gonna let go a little bit of your perfectionism, which is a little bit weird, but you know, sometimes things end up just turning out perfectly without us even trying. Like, and I think this year will be kind of like that, where when you start loosening up, and maybe also allow, like, especially if you're the one making dinner, maybe you have, like, maybe the past few years, like, you might have wanted to just do it alone, because if you do it alone, then nobody can fuck it up. Like, then you can just make sure it's perfectly done. But I feel like this year you might even allow somebody else to get in the kitchen with you, like, and allow them to also participate, and maybe even children, like taking children with you in the kitchen, letting them do some things and making them feel like they are a part of it, even though they might not really do anything that is super crucial for the dinner. Like, you know, they might just stir a pot or something, and it might be something that's kind of idiot proof, but, you know, letting them do something, letting other people kind of take part, I think it might create a little bit more of a festive energy, like, yeah, and make it a little bit more cute and fun and cozy, and joyful. So but I'm going to shuffle a little bit more about your Christmas Eve. Okay, so with the Ten of Wands here, it's actually like the illustration is a little bit different from other cards, like this is someone, like usually it's someone who is like who has a heavy load, a heavy burden on their shoulders, and it's weighing them down. But in this card, this person is not weighed down by the burden. This person is on top of things. This person has excess energy that actually makes this person, you know, kind of just win over everything, like, everything they do. Like that, this person is victorious. This person will do things perfectly, even though they don't have enough time to actually do it perfectly, but they will manage anyways, because this person is on top of things. This person is a hero. And I feel like that could be you. I feel like you're gonna be on top of things. You're gonna be taking care of everything, and in a way where it's actually not gonna be a burden for you. It's going to be something that most of you probably like, because you're a control freak a little bit, and maybe you like to be in charge of everything, and maybe you like to be a little bit busy, and maybe you have a little bit of the workaholic mentality where you like to do something, because if you just sit around you feel like you're inactive, and that might make you uncomfortable. So if this is not you, then there might be someone in your family who is on top of things, who will make sure that this evening will be perfect. But I don't know, maybe it's also going to be a little bit of a shared burden. I don't know. But I feel like whether the burden is shared or not, I feel like it's going to be successful. Like at the end of the day, when the Christmas Eve is over, you're going to look back at this the day after, or so, you know, and you're going to look back at it and think everything went perfectly. Things couldn't have been done better. Like everything was just exactly how it should have been. So, with the 9 of coins reversed, I feel like you're gonna be sharing. You're gonna be sharing the burden. I feel like that is the message for most of you. I think you're gonna be sharing the burden with someone, which will make you feel like you have excess energy, because maybe you've taken on too much of a burden in the past, where I think maybe you didn't really get that much joy out of the holidays, because you felt like you had to do all the planning and all the organizing, and that you had to be in charge of certain things, and that you had to call people and invite people and like that. And maybe I feel like this year you will have someone with you, someone who's gonna help you with it, someone who's gonna share the burden with you. And I think this is gonna make it a lot easier. So yeah, with the Hierophant, it could be a Taurus. It could be someone who's a Taurus. But it doesn't have to be a Taurus. It could also just be an earth sign, like a Virgo or a Capricorn. Or a Leo. I don't know. But I feel like you're gonna have someone that you can kind of activate and, you know, tell them what to do. Or maybe this person is going to just take charge over certain things without even getting guidance or getting assigned a job, like that this person might just do it out of their own, like their own initiative, which is going to be very nice. So yeah, I think it's just going to be a very good Christmas Eve for you. Very nice, good time. So yeah, I think that's all I have for you, group number 4. I hope this reading was helpful, and if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one, and have a great day, and bye. Hello, group number 5. You chose this Medieval Cats Tarot deck, and I'm going to start with some channeling, and then I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. So I'm going to do the channeling now. So Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 5, the people who will choose group number 5? How will group number 5's Christmas Eve be like in 2023, this year? What will happen on Christmas Eve this year for group number 5? Okay. So, I feel like this year it will be very relaxed and very calm and peaceful. And I'm sensing this could be a problem, though, for some of you. So when Christmas Eve comes and you feel very relaxed, then you have to ask yourself, are you relaxed because you are allowed to be relaxed? Or is somebody annoyed with your relaxation? If that, like, if you're gonna be like attending Christmas at your mother's house or your father's house or your parents' house, and you know that your mother or father has a tendency to get really annoyed during Christmas and get really irritated by people not helping or people not, you know, taking part in the, you know, in the activities, or like if you know that if you know that this is a characteristic, like a character trait for one of your parents, then be watchful, because then, like, if you're sitting on the couch and being relaxed and having a good time, that could all just, you know, turn to something bad, like out of the blue. All of a sudden somebody might be screaming at you that you should be helping, even though you were not asked to help. But that's typical. That's how it is. Like, parents do tend to, you know, not ask you, but you have to be a mind reader, and you have to know that you're supposed to be helping right at that moment. And then if you offer your help in a time where your parent doesn't need your help, then you're also a villain, because then you're disturbing them while they're doing something like that. So it's a very hard kind of minefield to walk through. But just, I think it's better to disturb and get yelled at for disturbing or distracting or interrupting something than it is to get yelled at for not doing anything, like, or for not helping or something like that. So try to offer your help. Try to, you know, if you see something that needs to be done, maybe just do it, or you know, and then, yeah, you're not in the clear though, because you could still end up getting yelled at because you did the wrong thing, or you helped with the wrong thing and you should have helped with something else, and like, so it's always hard. But if you know this is a possibility, if this has happened every year forever. Like then maybe try to, you know, try to do it right, even though it might be impossible to do so, but try to help and offer your help. And if you're sitting on the couch doing nothing, then there is a likelihood that you're not supposed to sit around on the couch doing nothing. Like, so yeah, just keep that in mind. It could maybe help keep the peace if you help a little bit more, even though you probably help a lot and probably has been like you've probably been helping a lot in the other, like in the other Christmases, like last year and the year before, but it's never good enough. But just try, and I think that's that's all you can do. But at least then you can tell yourself that at least you tried, and you failed anyways, but at least you couldn't have done anything more. And so you're not going to beat yourself up about it, which will be a little bit nice, because it's never very fun to spend a Christmas Eve feeling like having a bad conscience, like or what's it called, like having a guilty conscience, or feeling like you're guilty of something. Then at least try to do everything you can to avoid it, and then you can't do more. But of course, remember that this is not about you. It's just that this person is extremely stressed out and has a very hard time handling emotions. This could be because of, you know, bad emotion regulation. Like this person might have, might just have a hard time regulating their emotions. Might be something they've had since childhood, something that they never learned to, you know, regulate, and so they get over exaggerated, or agitated, or, you know, like it gets over exaggerated, the reaction, like that. It's an overreaction every time, like it. But it feels like, I think it in her mind, if it's your mother, then I think it feels justified in the moment for her. Like she feels like she is allowed to yell at everyone and make the whole holiday cheer go away, because that's how she feels at the moment, and it feels right for her. But then she realizes when everybody's sad and everybody's kind of, you know, bummed out, like, then she realizes maybe she shouldn't have done that. But she doesn't really get it until she sees the consequences of her blowing up, you know. But I'm going to shuffle a little bit more, I'm going to shuffle some cards to see what the cards have to say about your Christmas Eve. With a Page of Cups, I feel like it's like there's gonna be a lot of love, and it's gonna be like you're gonna be surrounded by people that you love and people who love you, and you're there's going to be a lot of love in the air, but like even though there might be someone who's going to blow up and get a anger tantrum of sorts, then like you still love this person, and this person loves you, even though this person yells at you and makes your life a little bit more complicated, because you have to be a mind reader around this person, and it does get a little bit tiresome to have to always, like, you know, anticipate their next move. And it can, like, it can even like make you feel a little bit like it can make you feel like you're a child again, and you're going to remember how it was to be a child in all of this, that maybe it's going to kind of get like some of the trauma that you have from your childhood. It might get that up to the surface, and you're going to kind of feel it again a little bit, like, even though you love this person, and that's the ambivalent feeling I think you're going to get, like that this person is a lovely person when this person is like not stressed out, not overwhelmed. Then this person is a delightful person to be around, but this person just gets really gets really mean when they are angry, and can this person might have hurt you many times, like, and so you might know that this could happen again, like, and I don't think you're gonna be hurt by what this person is gonna say, but this person might call you lazy or tell you that you've always been lazy, or like something like that, which is maybe gonna kind of sting a little bit, because I think you're gonna feel like that's not justified, like it and it's not okay, because you're not lazy, you're just not a mind reader. You don't know exactly what your mother or father needs from you right at every second of every time, like or of like it's you know, and it's very hard, especially when you offer your help and you get turned down, like you get told that you can't help with anything, and then like suddenly it shifts, like it turns where like where this person has been telling you over and over again that they don't need help, that they have everything under control, that you should just sit on the couch and relax, just relax. And then like 10 minutes after that, you get the whole tantrum over, like, why are you sitting on the couch? Why are you not helping? Like, where it's like, because you said so. You said, yeah, but it's hard. And I feel like it might help to know that you're not alone. I think there are others who are also experiencing this. Like, I don't know if your mother is also doing this, or I don't know. I keep saying mother because I feel like it's your mother. It could be your father too. I'm just saying. I'm just sensing it could be your mother. So change it to your father if that makes more sense in your head, or in your life. Like, so yeah. So, but yeah, I feel like your mother probably does this to your siblings too, if you have other siblings. So yeah, maybe she has a favorite, or you know, and that person might get away with everything, and then you get all the hassle, and but I don't know, but I think like you're at least not alone, like in experiencing this because you're one of a whole group of people, and I have experienced this, and a lot of people out there have probably experienced this before. And so you're not alone. This is something that a lot of people have to deal with. And yeah. With the Fool here, well, this is a child, like a little kitten cat in a big boy suit, and I feel like you're gonna feel a little bit like maybe someone in your family treats you a little bit like a child, where it could be your mother still. Like it's like, you know, you are an adult. You should be protected from this kind of thing. Like that you're living a good life. You have your life under control. You have a career. You have a family of your own, or some of you might have a family of your own, but maybe not all of you. But you have a career and you have this whole adult life, and then you go home for Christmas Eve, and your mother yells at you as if you were 5 years old, and it feels maybe a little bit like, you know, it's gonna feel like yeah. But I still think like you love this person, and this person loves you, and I think this person has there are also perks with this. Like there are some good things too, because your mother might still see you as 5 years old, and so like when she's not having a tantrum, I think she will be, you know, spoiling you as if you were a child. So it's kind of like both. Like you get best of both worlds. Yeah, not really, but you know, you get both. You get the good too. You get some, and that's yeah. I feel like your mother is a little bit bittersweet. Like she has like that. She shifts where she's very nice to you, and then she's very, very mean to you. But when she's nice, she's very nice. And so it's, yeah. With the Six of Wands here, I think it's gonna be a good time. You're gonna feel very popular. Like I feel like people will be wanting to talk to you, and I feel like you're also gonna feel like you're a valued member of the family. Like you're even like especially if you say like when your mother or father or whoever this is, when this person has a tantrum, if you say that you could just go home, if this is how it's going to be, like then you could just as well just go home, and that would be fine with you. Like if you say that, I think everybody's going to be like, no, don't go home. Like you're very important. Like you're the most important person in the room. Like they can't have a Christmas without you. So you're very valued. Even though it doesn't feel like it, but you are. And you're mostly, like you're also very valued to your mother. Like you're a very important person. You're maybe even the most important person in like at the Christmas Eve, like that your mother values your presence. That's maybe also why she puts such a burden on your shoulders, because she feels like she can do that to you. Maybe because she feels like, I don't know, she feels like she can trust you with it, but the way she does it is that it is faulty and kind of against the, like, it's kind of counterintuitive to what she wants to accomplish with it. But I don't know. With the Six of Cups here, I feel like it's gonna be like your Christmas Eve is gonna be nostalgic. You're gonna remember some of the good times from years ago, like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I think you're gonna go down memory lane, and not just in a bad way. I feel like maybe you're also going to be looking through some family albums and remembering, events from your childhood and like the good things. And I think there will be an element of nostalgia and also kind of feeling like you miss it, even though you're going to be yelled at by your mother, but you will feel a little bit like you miss being around all the time. Like that there was also something very nice about that. Like, so it's going to be like, yeah, bittersweet, where you're going to long for some of this. I feel like you love your family and your family loves you, and I feel like there's just so much good within this family, and I feel like some things have torn this family apart a little bit, and I think in a way you want it all to just come, like you want everyone to just come together again and have a good time together, like old times. So I'm going to shuffle a little bit more about your Christmas Eve this year. I'm kind of getting something. I'm getting a message here. So when you arrive on Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve or something like that, when you arrive, if you see the Christmas tree and see that the Christmas tree doesn't have any ornaments, any Christmas lights or anything on it, you might assume that it's intentional, that it's because your mother has a plan that that the children in the family are going to be decorating the tree or something wholesome like that. You might be mistaken, because I feel like this could be something your mother could end up yelling at you about, like that you should have decorated the tree and you should have done it as soon as you saw that it was bare, and that you should have been a mind reader and known that this was what your mother wanted you to do all along. Like, so maybe ask, or better than asking could be to just do it. Like that. And then, like, if it turns out that she actually had a plan, because you never win, and she might come up with that plan after you decorate the tree, just to have something to yell about. But hopefully not. But well, then you can take it off again, and then the children can get to do it again. But I don't know. But just try to be a few steps in front of your mother, like, or like don't sag behind, because that could be trouble, like, or that could mean trouble or whatever, with a Page of Wands, I feel like your Christmas Eve is going to be like, well, there is a tree on fire here. So just to, like, this is not, well, this is a warning, kind of. I can't really ignore this. You can see the tree here and it's on fire. If you use, like, if your family uses like real candles, like with real fire on the tree, then maybe be very assertive about like wanting that to change. Like, tell your mother it's a bad idea. A psychic on the internet told you not to. So like, just make sure that you don't put any real flames close to the tree or on the tree. Just be careful, because that's a bad idea to begin with. Like, I don't understand why that's a tradition in some families. I don't get it. But it's just better to just keep the lights, the like LED lights. Because they don't burn, like they don't get warm either. Like they don't get hot. Like the ones that are like, yeah, you know, you just get some lights that are, you know, fireproof, and don't have any candles, like, you know, candle decorations where it's too close to the tree, or on a table, like right beside the tree or anything like that. Just be careful. Be careful with any fire and flames and, like, you know, candles. So with the Queen of Cups, and also, like, if you decorate the tree, then make sure to decorate them not with candles, not with real candles, because then it's going to be your fault if it causes a fire, and that's going to be a whole other tantrum that you're going to be getting from your mother. Just be careful. Yeah, with the Queen of Cups, I feel like it's going to be a good Christmas Eve nonetheless. I think, like, there's going to be an abundance of love and care for each other, and there's going to be a lot of generosity and giving and getting, and also remember to hydrate, because, yeah, like, don't just drink wine and not drink any water, because then, like, there's no reason for a headache, because there's, like, with the red wine and the dark chocolate and all, and a lot of the ingredients also in, like, in a proper, like, Christmas meal, like, there might be some triggers, like migraine triggers in there, and it's just best to keep yourself hydrated, because it would be a shame if you got a migraine. So yeah, and maybe drink white wine instead of red wine. Drink and also eat milk chocolate instead of dark chocolate. And what are some of the others? Like, there are other migraine triggers. Don't remember. Certain nuts, like almonds, can be a migraine trigger. I don't remember if that's one. Also, anything that's like very heavy on the senses, like I guess prudes could maybe also be, or figs or prudes, or and also just spices, certain spices. But just maybe make sure, like, well, don't avoid these things, maybe, but maybe take some, some painkillers early on, because it's like if a migraine is on the way, then it's best to take it like before it gets too bad, because like taking it like even taking painkillers before you get any symptoms of a migraine. Of course, don't do it all the time, but just do it like on Christmas Eve, because nobody wants to have a migraine on Christmas Eve. So, and then hydrate as much as possible. So yeah. But I think that's all I have for you. Group number 5. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And have a great day, and bye.